Hello and welcome. Today we're doing a question from LeetCode. It's called balanced binary tree. So for this question, given a binary tree, we just want to determine if it is height balanced. Now, what does height balanced mean? I actually had to look up this definition online, but a height balanced tree is defined as a binary tree in which the height of the left and right subtree of any node differ by not more than 1. So it needs to be balanced on the left and right subtree for every single node all the way through the tree. So over here, if we look at node 15, at this point, if this is the starting of our subtree, it is balanced. The left height is 0, the right height is 0. It has no left or right children. Same with 7. Then at 20, again, it's balanced. It has a height of 1 on both sides. 9, also balanced, 0, 0. And 3 is also balanced. On the left, it has a height of 1. And on the right, it has a height of 2. That could have been 27 or 2015. Doesn't matter which path we take. They're both the same height. Now, since the left height has a height of 1 and the right has a height of 2, they differ by no more than 1, so we can say that this is true. It is a height-balanced binary tree. Now, example 2, this is not a balanced binary tree, right? Over here, we have a total height of 4 starting from the root node all the way down to this node, or even if we do this path over here, this is a height of 4. And on the right, this is a height of 2. They differ by more than 1, height 2 versus height 4, so we output false. And example 3, we have nothing in our root. So this is by default going to be true if there's nothing on the right or left. It is balanced, so our output is true. So how are we going to solve this? This is actually given to us in the definition, right? We want to make sure the height of the left and right subtree at any given node differ by no more than 1. This means we actually need to get the height of the left and right subtrees at every single node. And then we just want to compare those heights. So we want to get what our left height is for any node. Basically the max height we'd get on our left subtree, subtract that from our right height, figure out what that absolute value should be, and all we need to do is make sure that this absolute value is less than 1. If this is not the case, then we know we are not height balanced and we can just return right away, right? If even one subtree is already not balanced, there's no way that entire tree is going to end up being balanced. So let's go ahead and code this up, and then we'll do a complete walkthrough with an example to make sure we truly understand exactly how our code is going to run line by line. Okay, to code this up, we know we are going to want to figure out what the heights are going to be for every single subtree we have, left or right. In order to find the max height, we need to go down a path until we hit the leaf nodes, which means we can actually solve this by using a depth-first search, right? We're going down a path, and anytime we want to do a DFS, usually this is done through a recursive approach. Similarly, if we ever want to do a BFS, that's almost always an iterative approach. So we know we want to write out a recursive DFS function. What do we want to think about when writing this out? We know we want to be figuring out what the heights are, so we want to return some number, right? Figuring out what that height is for each side. Now, since we are returning numbers, we know we want to be returning true or false. So how do we return both? I think this is sort of the one tricky part about this problem. If we want to be returning true, false, how do we actually relate this back to the heights that we'd be getting? What we can actually do is figure out what the height is on both the left and right side. And if we see that it's imbalanced at any point in our tree, we can actually set a height to be -1. Now, this is going to be impossible. We'll never have a height below 0 because the nodes are either there or they're not. We're never going to have -1 nodes. So if we ever see a -1, we know we've already found an imbalance and we'll return false right away. Otherwise, if we don't hit that negative number, then we know whatever number we're getting is the height, and we'll just keep comparing what the heights are. So to code this up for our DFS function, what I'm going to do is I'm going to write this under our bigger function here, just so I can pass in root directly. So def DFS is going to take in a root node, so let's call this node. And with a recursive case, we always need two things, our base case and our recursive case. For our base case, what if our input node is none? If that's the case, we're just going to return a height. So that height's going to be 0. It doesn't exist, right? So if not node, if it does not exist, we return 0. Now, if we don't return yet, we know we're actually at a node that has a value. So now we want to figure out what the left height and the right heights are going to be for the subtrees of whatever node we are on. So left height is going to be DFS with node.left. And we want to see what we get from here. If we're getting a -1, we know we're not going to be balanced, so we're going to return a -1 right away. So if left height equals -1, we return -1. And if this is confusing in any way, don't worry, we're going to do a complete walkthrough with an example for this. So we just figured out what our left height is. We want to do the same thing for the right. So right height is going to be DFS with node.right. And if right height equals -1, we just return -1. So now we know what our heights are for both the left subtree and the right subtree. We want to compare what those heights are now. So now we actually want to be making use of this statement here, right? So if the absolute value of the left height minus right height is greater than 1, so we are not less than equal to 1, then we want to return -1. We're not balanced. If that's not the case, if we are balanced, then we want to bubble that value up to our caller, our parent nodes. So what we're going to do is return the max of the left height and right height, left height and right height. So right now, for example purposes, pretend we are at node 20, right? We just figured out what our heights are. We have one for the left, one for the right. We're balanced. What I'm going to do is add 1 to the max of whatever I get from either side and return that up to my caller. So then 3 can now compare its right side and its left side. So what we're doing is returning the max of the heights we have plus 1. So now we include our own node to the height that we are getting. And that's it for our DFS function. We just want to call this. So we're going to be calling DFS with our root node. And we're either going to be getting a -1 or some height of that actual entire node that we are passing in. If it's -1, we know we are not balanced. But if we get any number apart from -1, we know we are balanced. And we also know what the max height of our entire tree is. So what we're going to do is return whether or not DFS root equals -1. If it equals -1, then we are not balanced. And we want to return false. So return DFS root on whether or not it is not equal to -1. So if our function returns -1, this statement will not be true. We are equal, right? So we're going to return false because our tree is not balanced. And if we return any number other than -1, it's going to be true because our number does not equal -1. So let's go ahead and submit this. And it is accepted. Now, before leaving, let's just do a super quick walkthrough so we understand exactly what we're doing. For our example input, say it is the following binary tree. It's similar to example 1. I did modify it a little bit, so we're not doing the same exact problem. But we start off with our root node being 3. So going line by line, we first define our DFS function, and now we want to make this call over here, right? We're going to return DFS root if it's not equal to -1. So in order to actually evaluate this, we first need to call DFS with our root of 3. So calling DFS with 3, we make a check if not node. That's not true, node does exist, it's 3, so we don't return 0. Now we want to figure out what our left height is. So for our left height, we want to call DFS with node.left. So what is our left node? It is none, so we're going to call DFS with none. So calling DFS with none, we would now return 0, right? The node doesn't exist, so we just return 0 and we return that to our caller. So now left height is going to equal 0 for this node over here. Now that we have returned back to this line, we know what our left height is. We make a check. If left height equal to -1, we return -1. This is not true, it's not equal to -1. Now what we want to do is figure out what our right height is. So we're going to get our right height by calling DFS with our right child, node.right. So we're going to pass in 20 over here. So going back in this function with 20 now, we're at node 20 and we don't return 0. We now figure out our own left height, which means we want to call DFS again with our node's left child. So we're going to call DFS with 15. So going back in this function with node 15, we don't return 0. We figure out what our left height is. And that's going to come by calling this again with our left child. Our left child is none. So we're calling DFS with none. And we know that's going to return 0, right? So for this call, we return 0, which means we return 0 back to our caller. 15's left has a height of 0. Now that this has returned, we can go in the remaining statements. So if left height equals -1, that's not true, it's not -1. So now we want to figure out what our right height is. So we call DFS again with our node's right child. It's none, so again, this is going to return 0, which means right height equals 0. So we make a check, this is not equal to -1, we don't return. Now we want to compare. So we're comparing our left height and our right height. They are both 0, so the absolute value of left height minus right height is going to be 0. It's not greater than 1. So we don't return -1. We're not imbalanced as of right now. The left subtree of 15 and the right subtree of 15 are balanced. And what we're going to do is return our height. So left height is going to be 0, right height is going to be 0. The max between 0 and 0 is 0. To that, we're just adding 1 to keep track of our own node's height. So we're going to be returning 1 to our caller. Now, who was our caller? How did we actually call DFS at node 15? We were called by the left height. Figure out the left height of node 20. So we return this one back to that statement, which means the left height at node 20 is now 1. We finally return to this statement over here. We don't return -1, and now we want to do the same thing for the right. So right height equals DFS of our node's right node, which is going to be 7, going in this function with node 7. We don't return 0. We want to figure out our own left height. We don't have anything in the left, so we're calling DFS with none, which we know is going to return 0, so we can actually just write 0 here. And now that this is 0, we don't return -1. What we want to do is figure out our right height, which means we're calling DFS again with node 9. So one last call to our function, we're going in here with node 9. We don't return 0, we want to figure out what our left height is. We know 9 doesn't have a left child, so if we were to call DFS with none, we would get 0, which means our left height is going to be 0. So we don't return -1, and we check our right height. It is also none, so calling this with none is going to output 0. Our right height at node 9 is also 0, which means we don't return -1, and now we want to figure out if we're balanced up until this point. So left height, which is 0 minus 0, is going to be 0. This is not greater than 1, so we don't return -1. Instead, we're returning the max of 0, 0, which is 0, plus 1, which is 1. So our height at this point is going to be 1. And this also means from node 9 and below, we are balanced. So we return 1 to our caller. And what were we called by? We were called by the right child of 7. So going back up a node to 7, we finally got our right height. It is 1. Now we don't return -1 because it's not -1. And now we calculate, right? Our left height at 7 was 0. We already had that calculated. And our right height we just found out is 1. 0 minus 1 is -1. Absolute value of that is 1, but that's not greater than 1, so we don't return -1. We are still balanced. Instead, what we're going to do is return left height, which is 0, max with right height, which is 1, so we get 1, and to that we're adding 1. This is our height from our node below. So we are returning 2, and we're returning this 2 to our caller, and we had called DFS of 7 with 20's right. So for the right height of node 20, we now have 2. We have an answer for that now. So we don't return -1, and we calculate our absolute value. 1 minus 2 is -1. Absolute value of that is 1. It's not greater than 1. We don't return -1 because we're not in balance, right? We're still in balance. So what we're going to do is return the max of 1 and 2, which is 2, plus 1, which is 3. Which means the subtree starting at node 20 is balanced. The left side has a height of 1. The right side has a height of 2. It's in balance. It only differs by max of 1. And what we're doing is returning our height from node 20 down. So we have a max height right now of 3. So returning that to our caller, we are basically returning 3 for the right height of our root node 3. So now we know what the right height is. It's not -1, so we don't return. We figure out what the absolute value is. So 0 minus 3 is -3. That is greater than 1. So we're going to return -1. At this point, we are not in balance, right? So we return -1. And what had called us? Who were we returning to? Well, we were called by this over here, right? We know that this is -1. So now we just need to check -1 not equal to -1. That's false, right? -1 does equal -1. So we output false. This is not a balanced binary tree. So talking about space and time complexity, for time, we are going through every single node. So this is going to be O of n if there are n nodes in our tree. Same with space, we're building a call stack as big as the number of nodes we could have. So that would also be O of n. So we just went ahead and solved balanced binary tree. If you have any questions, let me know down below in the comments. If this video was helpful, like, comment, share, and subscribe. It really supports the channel. And as always, I will see you in the next one.